Okay, so it's a week before the season, well, the League One campaign starts, but the Carabao Cup starts today. Rochdale are coming over to the lovely Valley Parade to play against the Bantams. And yeah, which means, one of the teams are going to be out of the Carabao Cup before the season's even began. Technically today is the start of the season, but the league hasn't started yet. So, what that means? Well, now Rochdale obviously have a super impressive rise. They were in the National League last year. They got over 100 points and still didn't get automatically promoted. Yep, that's right, the National League needs changing. Because how can we have York and Rochdale both on 100 or over 100 points and only one of them is guaranteed promotion? Let's make it the fifth tier of English football. You know, let's have a 3 spots, 1 playoff, 2 automatics, please. So technically, we have been seeded the worst team we could have got. Like, if we look at the rankings, they finished second in the National League season. You ain't last season. You ain't gonna find a team that's lower than that. But all that means, there is a massive pressure on City to turn up and perform today. Hopefully they do. Now we'll get to see Sarcevic, captain, live in the flesh, just being announced. We'll also just signed Nick Powell. He might not be there. I don't know whether the rules or something state, but Nick Powell has signed a new deal. And also, I don't think Humphries or Phillips will really have that big of an impact on the game, just because they haven't really played much pre-season. We'll also see if Lapsey or Everton make the squad after missing the majority of the last pre-season games. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be super exciting. So let's go.
We're down the Bills. We have made it to the game for the first match of the 26-27 season. Come on, City. Direct match, first real chance of the game. Unfortunately, on the bar. And the World Cup effect has already plagued this season as the match is stopped for a hydration break. It's sunny. Jackson had quite a good chance to make it 1-0. Unfortunately, he got flopped to work, but it was pretty decent. Injury time was called, and that's when the Swan leaves the net. Swan nets it in. It was an empty net. Granted, boys officially 1-0 to the Bantams this was just before half time. Well done, Will Swan, scoring the first goal of the 26-27 season. And the second half has begun. They passed it back to Keeper. Keeper booted it. There's Connolly in the middle. Connolly's passed out wide to Natural. We've now officially scored the same amount of goals from a corner as last season as we put it 2-0 up. Corner comes in, ball heads it in, pass their keeper, 2-0 for the Bantams. And it is from a corner. Maybe we've finally gotten good at corners. Maybe this is our year. Our entire front three has changed. Swan, Beasley and Jackson all off, while Powell, Phillips and Poynton enter the pitch. Maybe Alexander's going for a third goal. Is it strange subbing everyone? Oh, here we go, Bobby's on the ball, he's in the box. And he's ran it out. Tyreek has gone off and Tudor has been brought on. Here we go. Tyreek's had a really good game, especially the second half. The second goal scorer has now left the field as Baldwin is replaced by the new lad, Reece Welch. Let's see how he does.
And just like that, the match is over. It finished 2-0 to the Bantams, which means we're officially through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Bye-bye, Rochdale. Anyway, I want to just quickly take you back to our last pre-season game when we were away to Salford drew 2-2, because so every game we're making FC, ultimate team cards depending on the result. City win, City gets the card. City lose, the other team gets the card. If it's a draw, both teams get the card. And when I don't go to a match, when I don't watch it, there are bronze cards. So I've decided both Joe and Nick Powell, unrelated somehow, both Powell scored in the 2-2 draw. So I'm just going to whack a bug, give both of them. It's kind of like, it was my way of saying, City, please sign Powell, which we have. So here's Nick Powell's card. He's only 50 rated. I just guess I'm feeling a bit tight. And then we have the other Powell, who's a centre mid, who's 53 rated. No, 51 rated. You can barely see with the bronze cards on certain pictures. But yeah, who's got the best stat? Well, Joe Powell's got 56 shooting, and Nick Powell's best shot is also shooting at 53. But yeah, let's just move on. I think, right, let's move back to the Rochdale match now. I think Rochdale were better for the first 10 minutes. I think it took 10 minutes to get into the match, maybe learn the team. However, I think if we are going to do that in the league, teams will punish us. I mean, definitely Sheffield Wednesday, Leicester, Stockport. All these bigger teams are going to punish us for trying and wasting that first 10 minutes. But after that, we were a lot better. I don't think, like, when you look at when you were watching it, it didn't feel like we were that much better. But thinking about it, Rochdale didn't really do much. They had a lot of just, ticky-tacky around the back. But that was it. We were constantly creating chances. And yeah, the chances probably wasn't very good, like, they weren't going in, but we were still creating. So, yeah. And then Swan, just for the second half, Swan leaped onto a back pass or whatever and managed to just pass it into the open net, basically, to put us 1-0 up. So, yeah. I think definitely that second half we were a lot better. So I do think the front three. I think we've got two front threes here. I think we're going to have Beasley, Swan, and Jackson for when we want a bit more of a pressing front three, and then we've got Point and Powell and Phillips for a bit more attack, a bit more, flair, if that makes sense. So and then we've also got Humphries. Humphries is just there, and Ibbotson. He's also just there. So yeah. McCracken looked decent from the few shots they had. I don't have anything to criticise about him. Obviously, it was my first time seeing McCracken in action. Did he do a lot? No, because Rochdale didn't do a lot attacking wise. Does it mean Walker's going to Watford? Probably. Anyway, Baldwin. I'm going to give Baldwin the card. I think there were a couple of players who I was thinking about it, but I think the main standout was Tyreek Wright, but I'm going to give it to Baldwin. He gets the card. He got a goal, a few shots, good defensively, and a clean sheet. Now, before I show you the card, I want to talk about Baldwin. So the goal, it was a corner. It was actually from Connolly, and I'm going to talk about this in my short. It'll probably already out by the time this video comes out, about one thing we learn about every match. And I'm going to talk about Connolly. Basically, I think he's the max power what we thought we were going to get, like, if that makes sense. He seems to be really good. Well, not really, really good. Like, you don't, not directly, but corners, your free kick. He seems to be able to put a decent cross in. So that is something very exciting. Anyway, here is the Baldwin card. It is 85 rated. And as you can see, it is a Fan City captain icon. But what this means is, for me, this promotion, because I'm rather than just whacking random cards out for whatever design I feel like, I'm gonna, this season I'm gonna do different promotion. So we have our bronze cards for matches I don't go to, silver cards for matches I watch on the telly, but I'm not going to. We had the World Tour last week for players of different nationalities, and we've got this one, Fantasy Captain Icons. No, it's not for the captains. This particular card is for those players who got promotion with us to League One from League Two. They won the promotion of League Two that last season. So yeah, obviously you've got a few City players still: Baldwin, Tyreek Wright, Pubby, Sam Walker. We've got a few players. And we might just play other teams. Doncaster. We've got Burn. Obviously, if we get Bristol Rovers in the cup, you have Smallwood, Tommy Lee. You have if we play Grimsby in the cup, Jamie Walker, Andy Cook, Walsall in the cup, Alex Patterson. So we just got to keep our eye out for these players to see and if they deserve this card. And that is a little promotion we are doing. So yeah, Baldwin 85 rated. I'll finally show you the card. 86 passing, 85 defending, 82 shooting. And 20 is a really good card. I mean, his worst stat is pace at 73. But for a centre back, that is a really good card. 85 rated. Had to give him the long ball play style. So yeah, a really good card there. Right. Right. I said I did a YouTube short the other week about dodgy refs and blah blah blah. And yeah, I don't think the ref were dodgy. However, I think the ref made a couple of mistakes. That ain't being dodgy. The linesmen were definitely dodgy. The one that was where we were sat directly in front, offsides weren't given, fouls weren't correctly given, or a bunch of really load of baloney, if I'm going to be honest. So I'm counting it. It's part of the refereeing team, so that is one dodgy ref. And I literally said, I just think if we get more than 6, the season's not even started, and we've already got 1. Aye. Right, so yeah, dodgy refs. And the other thing we need to count is, at least in the short before the game, that I released, I said, oh, Sars, he's the new captain. He's not going to play the full 90 minutes. In fact, for every 90 minutes he does play, I'll score a goal. Well, guess what he played today? The full 90 minutes. So, Sarcevic, also, we need to add that to the count. So, yeah. Sad, Mr. Sarcevic. Right. The next thing, we need to rank the game. If you don't know, we rank all the games at Gota. So let's have a look. The Preston game in the pre-season ranked 26, but where will this cup game rank? Well, I thought it were alright. I must say, I want to just give a round of applause to Rochdale fans. You were some noisy guys. Even when you were 2-0 down and there were a minute left, you were still going, so, yeah. I'm going to slot it in between Wigan at home from last season and Barnsley away. Because I do think it was quite a decent game, if I must say. So it's just managed to get into the top 8. It has managed to get into the top 9. I don't know if it'll stay there all season, but yeah. It were a good game. Right. From something I want to start this new season is, after every match I want to look at the table to see where we stand. Obviously we can't do that. So let's have a look at some of the other fixtures. Just shove them all on screen. Make sure to fit them in. And also, we're not having today's, the Sunday match or the Monday match or whatever. So yeah, let's have a look at them. Let's see. Any major upsets? If I spot one, I'll let you know. Oh, West Brom absolutely destroyed Rotherham 4-1. Oh, Andy Cook's out with Grimsby, fortunately. Leyton Orient 2, Oxford 0. I don't know if that might be an upset. MK Dons get battered. Good. Huddersfield are out. Sam Stubbs got sent off in the Shrewsbury match, although Shrewsbury did advance. Stockport lost to Doncaster. That's definitely an upset. Burnley versus Notts County went to penalties. Unfortunately, Burnley did advance. Cardiff 3, Swindon 2. Derby 1, Lincoln 2. I think that might be a slight upset. Luton put 3 past Gillingham. And then on the Friday night, Wolves 3, Port Vale 0. Cambridge 2, Barnet 1. Interesting. I did also see, and Wigan are out, so haha, max power. But yeah, which game would I personally like next? I think, right, Fleetwood beat Chesterfield 1-0. I know Premier League teams are coming in, but I'd like Fleetwood at home, please. So I'd like Fleetwood to come to Valley Parade. I think it's a good chance for us to advance. It'll be another reasonably decent crowd, and it'll be another fun day out. So yeah, I'd quite like Fleetwood. Right, we won, so there's no forfeit. I did predict it was going to be 2-1 in a YouTube short. It wasn't. My prediction don't mean not when I get them wrong, unless I get all of them wrong this season in the actual league. But I doubt that's going to happen. There's no way I get 46 matches wrong. Okay, now if we lose, something I want to do when I set forfeits for the next match that I'm going to, I want to kind of base it off today's match. So if we lose against Peterborough, I will add Ryan East to FC26, one of the Rochdale players who used to play for City, probably Rochdale's best player, and score a goal for every shot on target they have with him. So yeah, and that's it. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. This is taking forever, this little recording, but yeah, I think we're ready for the League One campaign. Come on, City!